Hello, and welcome to Travels with the Red Suitcase. My name is Cheryl, and I am your travel coach. And today we are going to continue talking about volunteering. Volunteering when you travel is a wonderful way to save money, to build a network, to learn all kinds of new things. But the first thing I want to say to you is there are many advertisements for volunteer. Most of these are organizations that would require you to pay for the opportunity to volunteer. If you want to be a frugal and independent traveler, there's absolutely no need for you to pay anyone to volunteer your time and your effort. When I was teaching my classes about frugal travel, I would show a slide that compared the cost of paying for volunteering with an organization and doing it on your own. So here's the basics. Most organizations set things up for you. You certainly can set things up for yourself. There are so many options for you online, starting with HelpX to contact people directly, not to have to go through an organization, to look for specific things that you want to do and places that you want to be. And HelpX and Workaway and Trusted House Sitters, these are all sites that you can go and look at before you pay money. And most of them are less than $100 a year, or somewhere right around $100 a year. If you pay to volunteer, you're going to pay anywhere from $1,200 on the low end up to $5,000 or $6,000 on the high end to volunteer with a family or an organization. And if you do it yourself, you get to live with a local family of your choice, or you get to live with people who are working for the organization. Animal rescue, a language school, working with refugees. Um, Woofing is not one of my choices because I'm not a farm gardener person, but woofing, you're going to live with other people who are there doing the same things. You make your own local contacts. You do things with the family or with the organization. They arrange volunteer activities. Most of the places where I volunteered, where I was with a family, I needed a vacation when it was over because they take you everywhere and they show you everything and they introduce you to local things in their community that you would never see if you were just there as a tourist. And you get language lessons over the dinner table. Now, yes, a lot of the volunteer organizations where you pay will arrange for language lessons, but here you can get language lessons right at the dinner table and even cooking lessons. In Poland, I had a list of Polish dishes I wanted to learn how to cook, and my family, once or twice a week, it was like, okay, tonight we're going to make this. So it was really great. Volunteering is really a great option. Um, the only time that you may need to pay money is if you are in a third world country. You may be asked to pay maybe $5 a day toward food. And if you're asked for anything else or anything more than that, I would start to wonder, if there was something else involved in this volunteering. Because volunteering as an individual, as a frugal traveler, you should not have any great financial input. But you will have hours of work. Usually it's 20 to 25 hours a week that you are going to be doing something with this family or organization. And yes, it can be a bit uncomfortable the first time because you've never done this before. It's like, I don't know if I'm going to like these people, if they're going to like me. I don't know if it's going to fit. But after the first time, it becomes much easier. And you will meet other people who are also volunteering with this family or with this organization who will gladly share information with you. Should you want to start out easier in a group, you might want to do English immersion programs where you are actually with 10 or 20 other travelers who are all native English speakers from around the world, mostly traveling independently. Sometimes there might be a couple, and once there was even a couple with a seeing eye dog. So there are plenty of blogs and vlogs available with stories about volunteering. I would say start with Nomadic Matt and go from there. But here's a warning. Do not get trapped into searching and reading and never get to packing and leaving. Specialty volunteering opportunities might include those who are interested in public health. Educational opportunities for the pure joy of teaching are readily available. Or you can find opportunities to work with wildlife or save the sea turtles. Or you could help someone build a website for a new business or do art for a hostel, serve as a companion for an older person. You could assist in a dog rescue group on the coast of Morocco. You could learn about dog sledding in Alaska. Or you could help small farmers bring produce to market. The world is wide open to those who want to share time and knowledge and compassion. So, are you a bit nervous about being on foreign soil? Well, here's another place you can check out. Go to Dave's Internet Cafe and dig into all the great information about foreign places by people who either have lived there or are living now in those foreign places. Anything and everything that you have questions about, you can find an answer from someone at Dave's Internet Cafe. And use your local contacts to reach out and touch someone in a new place. Do you belong to a club? Are you a Toastmaster? Do you belong to a church or any organization that is worldwide or at least has other locations? You can email or ask an intermediary to email for you to make that initial contact. Often those in the new place will know of opportunities that are not advertised. They may actually have a relative with a spare room or someone who needs your skill. Perhaps you have a skill that you are not even aware of because you do this naturally. For instance, I love to cook. I try new recipes almost daily. It offers me both challenge and reward. And during my travels, I read about a woman who wanted to change her diet. She wanted someone to cook paleo meals for her. She was very clear that she did not want to learn to cook. She wanted someone to cook for her. So as I read this, I said to myself, what's paleo? Well, Google told me it was primarily meat, fish, vegetables, and fruit, excluding dairy or grain products and processed food. I said, I can do that. And I emailed my request via HelpX to ask her if she was mostly concerned with regular meals or snacks. She said she worked long hours and needed snacks to keep her going. So I gathered recipes from the internet, and the next thing I knew, I was packing. 6 weeks cooking from the 9th floor condo overlooking a Mediterranean beach in Spain. How much time do you think it takes to make snacks? She didn't eat breakfast and spent evenings out with friends. Now, another idea. A friend of mine sailed the Caribbean with a hand crank sewing machine, repairing sails in each place they dropped anchor. Do you sew? Do you have a special talent for tailoring, smocking, costume design, or pattern making? Are you a woodworker, a mason? Do you tie flies? Can you plaster a wall? Create a French drain? Can you build a hay bale house? These are all skills I have personally seen requested on volunteer sites. Even if you don't feel like you have anything to exchange, You might be surprised by what people are looking for around the world. Personally, I love living with locals because they are interested in you, where you're from, where you've been, where you're going, what you have seen, and what you have done. And on the other side of that coin, your local family can give you history, geography, food, language, custom, and or local color. Your host family wants to share experiences with you. They want to show you their community and they want to learn from you. Only once in 3 years was this not the case. And when it does not click, you are not required to stay. You can speak honestly and make arrangements to leave. My example of saying goodbye was when a host continually belittled each female volunteer over a 3-month period. All of them left before their agreed upon time. I stayed almost to the end. I stayed until he decided to belittle me. Some people are just plain rude. Mostly, independent volunteering is an enriching experience where both sides win. Sometimes I felt as though I got the best of the deal. When I came away with stories about culture and history and secret local places, memories of birthday parties and celebrations and holidays and day trips and making new friends. And by the way, you can volunteer while you are volunteering, getting more bang for your buck. During my tenure in Kosovo, where I was volunteering at a hostel, I spent several hours each week casually volunteering at a local private English school and on weekends for a nonprofit helping refugees learn English. In Spain, I was invited to participate in a mature English class at the local university, where I met 3 women who took me on several day trips to local historical cities and acted as my personal guides. Great fun for me, and they were happy to practice their English during the outings. Being an independent volunteer opens both formal and informal doors. It enriches your travel, pays it forward, and expands everyone's view of the world. Try it. You may actually love it. So, here's your quote today from a woman who most of you probably have never heard of. Her name is Sarah Caldwell, and she was an American opera conductor, an impresario, and a stage director. And here's what she said: learn everything you can about everything you can from everyone you can, and there will come a time when you are very grateful that you did. So if you learned something new today, or you generally liked this video, please hit the blue like button. And if you don't want to miss another one, hit the red subscribe button. And remember, I also have a blog on WordPress by the same name, Travels with the Red Suitcase. All you need to do is go to your search engine. You can either type in my name, Cheryl Madden, or you can type in Travels with the Red Suitcase, and it will bring up my blog of 52 stories from my travels, 3 years through Europe, Northern Africa, and one Scandinavian country. So I will see you next Thursday, same time, same channel, for more about volunteering your way around the world. Have a great day. See you next week. Bye-bye.